Finally is right. What's up, John? Smokey, Hog Jaws, Austin, Ben? How's everyone doing? Oh, where's that frog? I think the frog is in my box. Yeah, fixed the frog. Fixed it. I like to put stuff in the description on videos just to kind of see who really pays attention. First off, I got one thing to talk about here. You guys remember me talking about Braid and how I was liking Braid? Craig, what up, dude? I'm gonna have to change my opinion on Braid. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Yeah, you see that braid stuck in between those trebles right there? That's Braid. That stuff, while it worked really well for a while, when it gets old, it starts fraying very, very easily. Very easily. What's up, Big John? Joseph, thank you, man. Jeremy, what's up? Finally made it. John, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. What's up, Bob? Hampton, it's all good, man. No worries, no worries. Don't hook your line, that won't happen. That's the thing. That braid just started fraying to where my hooks were getting in it. Like the hooks would just penetrate the braid. The braid I've been trying out now is the P-line, Teflon coated braid. Where is it? Oh, actually, that's somewhere here. P-line TCB. This stuff right here. I know it's backwards, probably backward for you guys, but P-line TCB. So that's the braid I'm using right now, and it's been very good. It kind of reminds me of the Yozuri braid. I do like that. The Yozuri braid out the box is very slick. I had some problems with getting that to settle into a spool, but that P-line braid has been very good. I'm a P-line kind of fan, I guess. So, Jason, what's up? Michael, how you doing? MCat, Bass Bait. Oh, yes. Yeah. P-line has been Jaybird on Power Pro, not for me. Not for me. I used Power Pro when I was snagging for spoonbill the most, and I've never had so many break-offs on Power Pro. Even throwing like 80-pound braid, and it would break. So, nope. Power Pro just put a bad taste in my mouth. Now, I know a lot of guys have a lot of success with Power Pro, so I won't knock it. It's just, it wasn't for me. So, that's all it is. Suffix 832. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like Vince, that's the braid that he likes, and that's awesome. I've never tried it, so I can't say anything about it. Power Pro for anything other than snagging, I've never tried it. Steve uses it, no issues. So that's just me. I've dabbled with different braid over this past year and a half or so, and right now, the P-line is definitely going to be my go-to. I feel like it's held up very well. So no fraying, no nothing like that. What's up, Bay Boy? How you doing, man? Smokey likes the Strike King braid. Haven't tried that out. So see, Damon, yeah, no issues with Power Pro over the past years. That's all I'm saying. Just not for me. That's all it is. And that's kind of like, I guess that's kind of the subject that we're going to talk about tonight, is just because something works for somebody doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to figure it out for yourself. Bass, appreciate that, man. Braid 8-strand. It's like butter. See, that's what I had on there, MCAT. I was using the 8-strand Braid, and I liked it a lot. It's very smooth right out of the box. It's easy to cast, super strong, but it did start to just wear down. My hooks would get stuck in that braid, and I've never had that issue with all the other braids that I've used. So that's why I switched away from that. In case y'all didn't see it, that's 8-strand Braid that is frayed and is stuck down in the treble hook right there. So that's why I say that. Big John, yeah. I've had the Cast King with no issue. It's definitely not the best, but it was a really good braid. So BC Fishing, what's up, dude? What's up, Brandon? Let's see here. Trying to get an extra day in October to meet up for the day. Dude, yeah. I mean, I'm with you on work being crazy, Greg. But I'm down to try and make it happen. Let's see here. Guggen Braid is still not an issue as of yet. Nothing wrong with that, Jeremy. I've heard good and bad, but you're not going to hear me. I'm not going to sit here and slander another company. I'm just going to say I haven't used it. So, I mean, I'll slander people, but not companies. What's up, White Whale? Joseph said, "See, I stay with Power Pro or Cast King. Never had any problems. Good. Spider wire can go right in the trash." Now, I think that we can probably agree on that, Damon. Spider wire is, yeah, spider wire belongs in the trash for sure. Let's catch up here. Yes, I had that problem once or twice, but got it re-spooled and it was fine. Yeah, just your preference. Nothing wrong with that. What's up, Mike? It's all good, man. It's all good. Let's see. I have Suffolk's Advanced Superline Braid on my frog pole, and I love it. Good. I've heard good stuff about Suffolk's, just never tried it. Hey, anybody that's looking to buy a GoPro Hero 8 Black, get in touch with Backyard Bassin. Most of y'all should be subscribed to my buddy Greg, Backyard Bassin. So get in touch with him, and looks like he'll be selling it. So spider wire works great for field dressings. Dude, guys, I caught an absolute monster this week. Was it this week? Yeah, it was this week. Caught my kayak PB. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw it on there, and I would love it. Fluoro, dude. When it comes to fluoro, I really like the P-Line Tactical. I know I've said it. I think I've made it abundantly clear. I like P-Line quite a bit. I've tried Red Label. I've tried Invisex. I've tried some of the Cast King stuff. I've tried the Strike King stuff. But P-Line Tactical is what I've found to be the best fluoro for me. I've pulled up some major snags on some 17-pound P-Line Tactical with a San Diego jam knot. I've pulled up a lot of branches. So I'll just say, I mean, that stuff it's very good. Only time I've ever had a break is when I haven't thoroughly checked my line after, wrenching a fish out of a very thick brush pile. So. Bass Braid use Power Pro. Strin or Seagar? See, Seagar was good. I think what it was with the Seagar is it almost had too much memory for me. I noticed a lot of memory. The Tactical is pricey. It's a lot more expensive, but with the what's the word I'm looking for? How often I have to re-spool, it makes up for it in cost. That stuff is extremely strong and it lasts extremely long. Extremely seems to be my word of choice tonight. Who knows? What about the braid called Lynn? Michael, I have never tried that. Never tried that at all. Yep. Sunline. See, that's the other stuff I haven't tried yet. Smokey, I've heard people talking about Sunline. Some of the guys that, I talk to on Instagram, they talk about that. And haven't tried it yet. Again, it's just kind of, I found what works for me, so I'm going to stick with it. You guys know me. I'm kind of loyal like that. I ride or die with a brand that I find that works for me. So that's what I stick to. Well, White Whale wants to see what I caught my kayak PB on. I don't know if we should show it or just save it for the video. I don't know. Bay Boy Bass and Power Pro for sure. Cheap. Walmart works great. See, like I said, with snagging, I had more break-offs than anything else with the Power Pro. That's why I never threw it on a bass rod. So I'll save it, White Whale. I'll save it. What about the K9 that came from Monster Bass? There is not enough line on that spool for me to even try. Nope. It's like I said in my video. There's some stuff in the Monster Bass boxes that I'm not going to use. That's not going to be for me. And there's going to be stuff in a Monster Bass box that's not going to be for you, and it's not going to be for everybody. But we don't get subscription tackle boxes. At least you shouldn't get a subscription tackle box thinking that you're going to use every single thing in that box. You may find a use for it, but for me, I could make that a leader line and try that out. But again, why do I want to trust a line that I've never used for a leader line when I already know what line works for me? It's more so for somebody that is new to fishing and wants to try out a new line, and maybe they'll use that for a leader line and find out they like it, and then give canine business that way. So, although I do use reel snot, it seems to help a lot after a while. Same with the same spool. Yeah, I use just some line conditioner from Bass Pro. Who knows where they knocked that off from? I don't know who they knocked that line conditioner off from. I only really seem to use the line conditioner on spools that I've had on for a long time. Like, I want to say my SLX DC, I've had that same spool of line on there for probably 3 or 4 months now. I took the line off of the Solus XES and I actually just spooled it on my 13 Concept Z, which is like a big freaking no-no. But I put some line conditioner on there, and I've been using that for a flipping reel and flipping rod right now. So, which, by the way, last time I talked to you guys, I've broken 2 more rods since then. I hope John's not on here, and we don't want to talk about what happened there. But my hex got broken. It snapped. So yeah, it was a rough week. 4 rods 1 week. Hook someone up new to fishing with the extras. Yep. That's what it's about, Jay Bird. Like putting out like what you don't use, give away, and you can call it selfish, you can call it what you want. Put it together in a big bundle and sell it on Marketplace. Try and make some money back. You're gonna have a bait in there that somebody likes, and they're gonna want to buy that. And there's nothing wrong with taking something that you've already spent money on and trying to make some money back. There's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that at all. Which actually, I'm going to run something past you guys later on and see what you think about this. Spray a rag with conditioner for when you re-spool. Good tip. Yeah, I know Damon, he just gave away a bunch of his stuff to a coworker who's just getting into fishing. Said that he gave him like a sizable amount of tackle to get started on fishing, which is awesome. I got the canine fluoro in my Monster Bass box on my tool jig set up, and I've been really impressed with it. Good. See, that's good feedback. Very good feedback. I know, like, that's stuff that I should do for you guys. But again, like, my thing is when I'm going out fishing, I don't really want to try and rely on a new piece of terminal tackle, especially when I'm out there, like right now in fall, trying to catch big. Like that's my thing. So let's see here. I'm looking at the P-Line on Amazon right now. Have you tried the P-Line Halo Fluoride? No, I have not. I have not tried that. What I do have is that topwater copolymer. I tried that. I threw that about a week ago, and I really wish I'd paid more attention to the line. I was kind of too busy catching fish on a bait. But you know what? I should ask you guys, what video do you want next? Let me find the freaking bait. Hang on. It's right around here somewhere. It can't be far. The next bait's on Trash or Pass, the bait review videos. I want to know what you guys want to see next, because I already got these filmed. I need to edit them, but I want to know from you guys. I'm going to try and catch up on all the comments and see what you want to see first. Do you want the review on the Megabass Dog X Diamante? Or do you want the review on the Depths Buzz Jet? This guy right here. These are the two that I've already got filmed. So I want to know which video you guys want to see next. Because I got them filmed. I got them on deck. I want to know what you want to see next. What's up, Lane? All right. Let's see here. I'm going to catch up really quick. The hex broke. Yes, the hex broke. Smokey. I've got my own theories on that, but we had a collision of sorts, and the hex broke. So, but I may have weakened it with a very stupid boat flip before it broke from the collision, and it's collided probably about 10 times with different things. I'm not the most graceful fisherman. I smack it on a freaking trolling motor. I smack it against another rod, and it finally, I think that day, the boat flip and the collision of rods and equipment just finally smoked it. So luckily, that's what you have warranties for. So, okay. Yes, the hex broke. I am not a ballerina on the water. Okay, we got 2 votes for the Buzz Jet, 3 votes for the Buzz Jet boats, 3 votes for the 4. Vince, got it. It looks like the Buzz Jet's going to be the next one. Unless anybody wants to chime in here and say they want the Dog X Diamante. I mean, that video is going to come out, but which one do you want to see next? It's looking like the Buzz Jet will be the next one to come out. The Depths Buzz Jet. I actually got 2. I've got 2 of these. Fantastic bait, by the way. Fantastic freaking bait. Let's see here. Am I thinking about getting any of the Signature Series rod from Favorite? Most likely. Yep, 100%. Jason, no. Sorry. Straight up, no. No, let's not. Buzz Jet, Buzz Jet, Buzz Jet. You got it. You got it. Do I have mono backing for my braid? No, Michael, I do not do that. I go braid straight to the spool. And I mean, it always just comes down to simplicity. Like when I talk about like the kayak and, like people want me to, like add stuff onto it. I'm all about simplicity. The less stuff that I have to carry and the less stuff that I have to do to get on the water and go fish, call me lazy. I mean, I am lazy, but I don't want to tie a leader knot, with mono as a backing to braid or anything like that. I mean, I hate tying a leader knot or a leader for my spinning tackle. That's why I usually tie like a 10-foot leader, because I'm like, okay, when that breaks off, then I can just keep working up until I finally get to that knot and I have to retie. That's how lazy I am. So Buzz Jet's the one. Let's see here. Oh yes, back to the Signature Series rods from Favorite. Most freaking likely, Brandon. Yeah, because the thing with that is they're going to tweak them in their own way and what they want out of those rods. So, like the big flippin' sexy. It's 7.7 and it's a lot more stout than my same 7.7 extra heavy or my 7.3 extra heavy big sexy. It's just a lot more stout because it is more of a flipping rod. So I think they're 100% going to, tweak them obviously to be different and not just have a name on there just to make them a Signature Series. I think there's definitely going to be some improvements. Nope, no St. Croix for me, dude. I'm rolling Favorite. I've been rolling Favorite for too long, and that's how it's going to be. I'm not getting rid of any of these Buzz Jets. Not at all. Quick question. I recently got a true cranking rig, medium, heavy, moderate action. Missed several fish. Do I need to change my hook set? Too hard, too soft. Okay. I don't know. Hogjaws, tell me what rod you got, but let me tell you what I know about the rod itself. So like my cranking rod, I've got either the heavy the Phantom Glass from Favorite or the Whitebird, the medium heavy. The thing with those moderate action rods, a lot of the time, that fish is going to do it itself. The rod will do it itself. The best thing that you can do, kind of like a buzzbait bite, is lean into them. You know, a lot of the time, I mean, I saw Chris do it. Chris was throwing my Whitebird out of the pond, and he was missing fish because when he would get that hit, he'd hook set and it would rip it right out of their mouth. The thing with that moderate action is you're going to have so much parabolic bend and so much load in that rod that it's practically going to do it for you. So definitely don't hook set too hard. But again, every rod is different, and I'm speaking specifically from the Whitebird or the Phantom Glass. Let's see. Yeah, Jaybird, I know, man, but lazy. Lazy. Broomstick for sure. Hi, Lexi. I just saw you. Let me catch up here. Yeah, we got guys chiming in for hooks or for hog jaws. What's up, North Fork? Long time no see, dude. Do I have any of the Pro Series rods? Yes, I have the 7.3 heavy, and John has the 7.7 heavy, and it's a significant difference in the stoutness of those rods. You know, they're both a heavy power, but it's a significant difference between those two rods. So 6 cents. I think they use around the same blank. So definitely that's gonna be your deal. 7.6. Oki's in the house. Hi, Lexi. What have I been doing, Lexi? We went to the zoo today. And I've been working. I've been working a lot, and now you see me here on the live stream. That's what I've been doing. And trying to catch up on sleep because third shift is killing me. Absolutely killing me. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a lot of people chiming in for hog jaws. That is good. No, you're tactically putting your energy into the important things, not to the useless things that make you catch fish. It's different. I'm still lazy. Spit one out right at my yak. That's why I knew I was doing something wrong. It also depends on, the bait itself. I was never, when I first started, I was never big on changing out terminal tackle, like changing out hooks and stuff like that. But I will tell you, after my kayak PB, I'm going to be changing the hooks. I've been changing hooks on a lot of different stuff. So sometimes check the hook, and too big, too much of a round bend. Try changing out your terminal tackle. But the main thing with those moderate action rods is to just pretty much lean into them. You don't have to hook that much. It's just a lean. Like a sweep, like someone else said on here. Lexi, I kind of caught up on some sleep. I feel a little bit better. I'm about to get on one. Is it frozen? Oki, just call me. Call me if it's frozen, dude. About to call John, see if it's frozen or not. Yes, Michael Hanks, 100%. We were planning on doing a meetup and fish this year, but COVID, it's kind of stupid like that. So let's see here. A big spit. Okay, it's back. Let me see here. One lure. Does anyone else sharpen their hooks? Okay. Okay. Came back. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. Let's get into this. I see a lot of people talking about it's the fall. They're going to be feeding. Downsize your bait. Hello, Connor and Mason and Declan. Lexi, my daughter's on here. She keeps sidetracking me, and I'm okay with it. I miss you. I love you. First baitcaster real idea. Hold on. Let's stop getting me sidetracked here. I see people talking about fall, and I'm not talking like right now, John. I mean, because it's had a little bit of a showing here in Oklahoma, and then it shut back down. The thing with fall is people are saying downsize your bait, go to like a smaller bait fish, or now it's the time to throw a big bait. Now it's time to bust out that big old swim bait and throw nothing but that swim bait. And you're going to catch the biggest bass of your life. I think it's absolute crap. Don't buy into the hype. Don't sit there and think that, oh, now I need to power fish. Fall fishing is the time for power fishing. I just caught that 5-pounder on Saturday by slow dragging a craw through some grass. 100% you will probably catch more fish if you go after a fall transition bite. Okay, I'm not disagreeing with that. What I am disagreeing with is when people want to say like the jackhammer. The jackhammer is your number one bait to go to for fall. That's the one that you want to be throwing no matter what. The underspin, that's the one that you want to be throwing no matter what. The spook, your big swim baits, your slow crawling swim baits, glide baits. There's not just one. There is not just one bait that is going to excel in the fall. And the reason I say that is because everybody fishes different. Everybody fishes different. Okay. White whale, I said I was going to wait, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it out here. I'm going to go ahead and show the bait because, where is it? Here it is. We sit there and talk about fall and slowing down and speeding up, throw the big glide baits, throw the big swim baits, throw the small underspins, throw the A-rig. That's the one you want to go to. This, that, and the other. Did it freeze up? Everyday fish is different to some degree. 100% right. Bass I caught, 7-pound, 8-ounce out of the kayak was on this guy right here. The Mega Bass Pop X. Pop Max. Pop Max, not Pop X. This is Pop Max. That thing is tore up. And that was just from that one fish. Because I've never really thrown this perch or bluegill color until that day. So you want to sit there and say top water is the deal. You want to say glide baits are the deal. You want to say big swim baits, A-rigs, underspins. That's the problem with social media, in a sense, is you've got social media influencers that are saying this is the one thing to do. And you got people that follow them and say, okay, I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to throw nothing but the jackhammer all fall. Now, what happens if they don't catch anything? Is that their fault or is it the influencer's fault? Partly both. Okay. My thing is, you're not going to see me get on here and say the one bait for the fall that is going to get you the best fish absolutely possible is going to be X. No, not at all. I'm going to say X, Y, Z, A, B, C, the whole alphabet. If you're more comfortable throwing Texas rigs, throw a freaking Texas rig in the fall. You're going to catch fish. The fact they're eating, they're feeding. Big fish don't get big for being dumb. Okay? So sometimes you're going to find that you're going to catch the better fish by throwing something that nobody else is freaking throwing. So don't get caught up in this whole hype of, one freaking bait to rule them all, and this is the only one that you need. I feel better. I feel like I got that rant off my chest. First baitcaster real idea. No money limit. See, that's a problem there, dude, is I did that. My first baitcaster was like a $200 lose baitcaster. And I didn't know what the freak I was doing. I didn't know how to use it. And it was a waste of money because I didn't know how to use it. So when it comes to money limit, I don't think if you have no money limit, start with something. I think probably the best beginner's baitcaster is an SLX. The Shimano SLX. Right out of the box, being able to cast that thing. Now, don't hate on me because I'm not saying lose. I'm just not a lose fan. I could never get it dialed in. I've tried different lose since that first one, and they're not for me. I don't like the ergonomics of them as much. They're just not as smooth for me. But me personally, I would say right out of the box, first baitcaster, easiest to use, Shimano SLX. Plus, extremely budget friendly. So that's, a lot of my reels are now SLXs because I've swapped out other reels. Oh, man, I feel better. All right. Let me catch up here. Fall's like early May. Everything works. Never really threw much megabass stuff. I mean, I'm a sucker for megabass because, I mean, and they're pricey. They're overpriced. Not just pricey, they're freaking overpriced. But they just look so dang good. I'm a sucker for shiny, pretty stuff. So, and they work. They freaking work. Except that behemoth bent the hook on that treble. So, which you'll see that in the video. All right, Lexi, love you. Let's see. Brandon said, 2 biggest fall winter fish I caught were on a 5-inch Ocho worm and a Crush 75 flat-sided lipless crankbait. Good. Good. A 5-inch stick bait and a lipless. I mean, I think Alex Rudd just pulled out or came out with a video talking about how the Nico rig has been one of his really good baits. I haven't watched the video yet, but that's the thing. I mean, you can catch them on finesse gear. You can catch them on big freaking heavy gear. I think White Will just put a video out, or he was talking about on Instagram about, I don't remember. I got a lot of stuff going on up here. Talking about glide baits. Chris, one of my best friends, he just caught an 8-pounder on a glide bait. But I mean, he spent probably, I don't know how long he was out there for, 10 hours or so. But I mean, if you're trophy chasing, then yeah, throw those. If you want to go out and catch fish, change it up. Oh, let me catch up here. White Whale said, fall is transition between 2 of the dominant seasons. There are 3 parts, early, mid, and late. In my area, we're in early fall, tough bite. Water is fluctuating and unstable. This is not the part of fall where they start gorging. That would be mid and late fall. 100% true. 100% true. Which I talked about that. I don't know when I talked about it. I know I did. I talked about how we're right in between the 2 seasons of summer and fall. White Whale just explained it extremely well. I think that's right now my go-to, my best thing that I've been using is slow fishing. I say that, but then I catch one on freaking top water working it aggressively. So the thing is, you're going to catch fish. And the best thing that you can do is stick with your confident style of fishing. That's the best thing that you can do. If your goal is to go out and go catch fish, say you've got 1 day a week to go out and go fishing. You've got 1 day. And you watch a video and a guy talks about the only bait that you need for fall is a spook. Throw this and you'll catch the best fish of your life. So you go out that 1 day and you're fishing a pond and you throw nothing but a spook and you get skunked. That's probably the worst feeling in the world. That was my 1 day to go fishing and I got skunked. I wonder if I would have thrown a jig that I'm more comfortable with, if I would have caught a fish by throwing a freaking jig rather than watching, Joe Schmo on YouTube, or saw a post from, this guy on Instagram talking about that's the one bait that I need. I don't think that's the way to go. I think you need to fish your confidence and fish your style. Confidence bait. I think I'm wrong in saying your confidence bait. I think your style, because I'm 100% guilty of this. Somebody else on here, if he still is 100% guilty of this, of throwing confidence baits 100% of the time, throwing nothing but a confidence bait. And guess what? They're not freaking biting it. They don't want to eat that confidence bait. And that's what you know. So what do? You get frustrated and you continue to throw your freaking confidence bait. You got to get out of your own way. You got to try different stuff. So maybe, see how I'm formulating all these thoughts as I'm talking to you guys. The best thing to do is to see what these influencers are talking about, watch the videos they're talking about, and take just a big old freaking conglomerate of every single one of them and go out fishing with every single one of those baits and figure out what works best. Yeah, that's what we should do. That's why I say one myth or one bait for the fall is a myth. I don't believe it. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Cast King is a cheap starter reel. Yes, Cast King 100% is a cheap starter reel. I don't think a Cast King is going to be. I mean, it really depends on which Cast King. I'm gonna eat my words right there. What is my favorite fall bait for a pond? Clash Brothers, I don't have a favorite fall bait for a pond. One of my favorite pond baits though is the chameleon color rage bug, Strike King rage bug. That's my pond killer. The chameleon is an absolute killer for ponds, especially if you got any kind of bluegill or panfish population in there. Bluegill or perch. Let me be a little more specific. Chameleon is absolutely killer. So let's see here. Megabass is good, 100%. But I would definitely say, I mean, watch some of the terminal on there. I'm not the only one who's had treble hooks bend out on Megabass product. So, but the baits, the action on them is pretty freaking top notch, 100%. If you like them loud, get that soul sexy, yes. Bro, I don't even want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that at all. Damn. I don't have them on there anymore. Why Will said right now for my area is top waters and slow bottom baits. Yep. It sounds like we're in the same area. You wouldn't think that we're like thousands of miles away, but it sounds like we're in the same kind of area because that's what I've been noticing as well. Nah, not really. I mean, the underspin's been killing it still too. Yeah, whatever. Let's see here. I finally got one on frog last week and been fishing since summer. Yep. Dude, frog fishing it's a huge learning curve. A huge learning curve. And even when you think you got it, you don't. There's going to be one fish that's going to make you question absolutely everything that you did and kind of make you just want to go back to the drawing board. So, Jeremy, thanks, dude. Jeremy said y'all hit that thumbs up. I appreciate that. Oh, Jacob, first time viewer from Tulsa. What's up, dude? I'm not far from you, down in old Bigsby. Let's see. Comfort zone, my comfort zone and try things myself. I didn't catch that. Yeah. Smoke and yeah, I mean, throw on hooks that you trust. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. I'm not going to tell you what hook to throw. I'm not going to tell you anything like that. Guys ask me all the time. Jeremy's talking about the hammer hooks from Guggen. Big John loves Owner. I'm sure they're great hooks. I love Gammies. I like Gamakatsu. And then for treble hooks, I really do like the Mustad triple grips. As far as stock hardware goes, I would say probably my favorite stock hardware when it comes to treble is the hooks that 6 Cents puts on their baits. I don't know what freaking hook that is, but I've never had an easier, not just hook up to catch and release the entire phase of the catch than with a 6 Cents treble hook. They stay pinned and they're probably one of the easiest ones to get out. Those triple grips, those are a son of a to get out. But they're sticky. They keep them pinned. So, favorite lake in Oklahoma, Jacob. That's a tough one, dude. I will say the one that I've caught my biggest fish out of has been Dripping Springs. Those are where I've been, that's the lake that I've caught my biggest fish. My two biggest fish now is Dripping Springs. So I'm sitting here talking about mega bass and their hooks, and look at that bent treble right there. That's because she got worked. She got worked a little bit. But yeah, look at that bent hook. Got to trade those hooks out too. Let's see here. Yeah, Dripping Springs. That's the one that I really like. Brian said, I think you're right about the SLX for a starter reel. Just need to really learn to dial in the centrifugal brakes and tension knob. Run it right at first, then back it off as you get better. The best thing that I could tell anybody with, and this is my personal experience with a baitcaster, and I really, RIP to the Tatula. I missed that reel. I just freaking got that thing dialed in. When you get a baitcaster right out of the box, put the brakes all the way up, put the tension knob all the way up, and start free spooling it. and go out there, cast it, let your line settle in there. Then slowly, as you get more comfortable, back off the centrifugal braking and work that tension knob. When you get those brakes just right, you can use that tension knob to where if you want to flip with it or pitch with it, whatever you want to call it, or if you want to just bomb a cast. But I would say the SLX is probably one of the smoothest for the price, out of the box that you can do absolutely everything with. Let's see here. Vince asked me, what is my favorite glide bait? Looking to get some new ones for fall. I don't have much experience with the glide baits just yet. My buddy's favorite glide bait is the 316 Workhorse, 316 Workhorse. Sorry, I say 316 because I'm from Wichita, and the area code in Wichita, Kansas is 316. So I always say 316, but it's 316 because it's after the scripture. My favorite glide bait that I've got, that I've thrown, that I like the absolute best action-wise, is going to be the Bait Sanity Explorer Gen 2. That's the one that I like the best. For the cost, I'll put this up against the Depths 250 all day. It's got the same sweeping motion as a 250, and it's a fraction of the freaking price of a Depths 250. So the Bait Sanity Gen 2 Explorer. If you're just getting into glide baits, the Antidote from Bait Sanity is a really good price. I would definitely say get the fast sink or the slow sink, the moderate sink. Not the moderate sink. The slow sink is like pretty much a freaking floating wake bait. Peyton, don't sweat that, dude. It's all good. What would you recommend for a shallow canal 3 to 4 foot deep? The 6th Sense Movement 80. That's the one. The Movement 80. That is one of my absolute favorite crankbaits. 1 to 3 foot. They make a wake bait too, and the Movement 80 wake bait is insane. Jeremy just said the Buzz Jet. Buzz Jet's another one. See, I thought they used triple grips too, dude, but I don't know. I got triple grips on some of my crankbaits, and they will not let go. They will not let go. But the 6th Sense cranks, they do let go. Those little treble hooks, they do let go pretty easy when I'm pulling them out. That's what I mean. Yeah, I haven't seen anything 6th Sense puts out that isn't high quality, 100%. I will just tie the FG knot in 2.5 minutes. Dude, come on down here and tie some FG knots for me. I got yelled at for not tying a backing on my braid. I'm just playing. Hayburn Spillway. Dude, I wish I knew what Hayburn Spillway was. I wish I knew exactly where that, what intersection I was close to. I got one freaking fly in here that's just buzzing around and driving me crazy. Oh, I talked about the Antidote. I've actually got one of those sitting right here. That's the Bait Sanity Antidote right there. Good little glide bait. Pretty inexpensive. I'm going to say it's like $30. So, or it might be like 15. It could be like 15. Okay, let me catch up here. Okay, fishing with Smokey, going to fish Table Rock in 3 weeks. That's awesome. How do you join favorite fishing? Peyton, I've been using favorite rods for a year and a half now, and it took probably a year and 3 months for them to reach out to me or get back to me about being an influencer with them. I'm not pro staff with them. I'm not. So it takes a lot. If you look at their roster, that it's not a company that's going to take everybody on. And this is, again, like, no offense to, say, Guggen. Like, everyone can get on Team Guggen and get 10% off. If you look at their roster on Favorite, they've got a lot of pros on there. And I shouldn't even say that about Guggen, because they've got a lot of pros on there too. But not just anybody is going to get on with, a company like that. Me being an influencer, I don't get much. I get on their website, and it helps kind of direct people my way. That's what I get from it. But that's just because I'm working towards being a pro staff with them. So it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of perseverance. That's what I'm looking for. Favorite reel so far is a Fishing Concept A2. I love it. Dude, I love that reel as well. I mean, I've still got my Concept Z, and I love that reel. I've put that reel through the ringer, and it still is a fantastic reel. But yeah, the A2 has been very, very good to me. S-Waver Glide Bait is good. Yep. I haven't tried the Glidesdale by 13 yet. Have not tried that at all. Have I tried the Fast Grip VMC hooks? No. Nope. And that's, I mean, MCAP, if that's your opinion, I respect that 100%. 100%. But for me, the Gamakatsu, those are my absolute favorite soft plastic hooks. The EWG on those, especially I've been throwing the Deep Throat, which is just a longer hook point. I've been throwing those, which has actually allowed me to downsize my hook to like a 3/0 and a 4/0 because of that longer hook point. And I've had much better hookup ratios. I'm able to throw smaller plastics with those. So those are 100% my go-to hooks for soft plastics. Let's see here. Try the Yucatan knot, Alberto knot, stupid quick and easy, 100% strong enough for bass fishing. I'm a San Diego Jam. Told you guys when I find something that works for me, I'm through. San Diego Jam. That's what I tie. How I feel about Skytook. About to buy some land out there and wonder if fishing is worth a damn. Yes, 100% worth it. 100%. I have not fished it but one time. It was okay. There's nothing like that I can really think of. Most of my fishing, I stay south. I really don't drive north much. We actually just went north. Spavinaw is a really fun lake. Spavinaw is a big freaking, in the back, let's see, it's going to be towards the east. The east corner of that lake is a humongous grass flat, and it's a blast. I love fishing grass. And it's a big old freaking grass flat, and 100% love Spavinaw. Pumpback is a really good lake, but Pumpback is an electric only lake. You cannot have a gas. You cannot have an outboard motor, anything like that on that lake. Hudson's right there. Gibson, y'all can have Gibson. I don't want Gibson ever again. But no, Skytook's got really good fishing. But yeah, it's 100%. I think everywhere around here has got really good fishing, man. 100%. 316. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Favorites Pro roster is stacked with absolute monsters. Monster pro fishermen. Let's see here. Never tried Gamakatsu. See, I'm glad you spelled it right. I've said it wrong my entire life. I always call him Gamakatsu. Maybe it's just because I'm Sean. Gibson is tough. Gibson is very tough. Yeah, dude. Put two hooks up against each other. That's the one that has 100% worked for me. I want to say these are just the big 7/0. Yeah, these are 7/0. I don't have any. I do. Gosh, see, you guys got me off on a tangent again. And I'm going to walk over here. Hopefully not get a hook stuck in my pants. I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to find a regular Gammy EWG. I'm going to find a Gammy Deep Throat longer point hook. I found one. Now is it the right size? I get stuck. Stick myself with a freaking hook right now. Yes. It is the right size. Both 4/0 hooks. Both 4/0 hooks. The Deep Throat has got a much longer hook point. That's what it is. Hands are all dirty. Look at this. See that? That's a good weekend of fishing. It's all just scabs from catching fish. Hook point on the Deep Throat, much longer, same hook size. So, 10 killer. Yeah, 10 killer is a good one. Oh, you said it was tough. Now, you talk to Peyton, Peyton's dad, they go and smash it. 10 killer. Dude, when was it? It was Wednesday. No, it was Saturday. It was Saturday morning that I caught the big one. Saturday morning, I caught the big one out of Drip. Yeah, I was at Dripping Springs. I don't care. I'll tell everybody because Dripping Springs will make you or break you. We got there at 6 a.m. and there were already 8 trailers there and 3 other boats pulling in. So there were 11 boats on the water at Drip at 6 a.m. 6:30 a.m. I guess you could say. So, and I caught that bass around 3 other boats. 2 boats had already gone through there and fished it, and I caught it right in front of them. So I was freaking jacked. Because one of them, guys, listen. Why has fishing got to be so dadgum selfish? Okay? I'm talking like there's guys out there that are getting on their boats and we're saying, hey, good morning to each other. Good luck to you today. Have a good one. This one guy, he walks right past me, sneaks past me because I'm like bending down and loading up the kayak. Sneaks right past me because the boat's right here with his buddy on it. I turn around because the dude spooked me. I was like, oh, geez, okay, sneaky. I was like, hey, good luck, guys. Not a word. Not a freaking word. And if you know Drip, they pulled out and they took off and got on plane. I mean, like they freaking hammered it before they even got past the very first buoy, if you know Drip. And that boat was back there when I caught that freaking bass. You know what they said? How big was it? Did it have a hook in its mouth? I lost one back there. This guy literally said to me, he's like, I lost one back there earlier. I can boat flip a 6.5, but I couldn't boat flip her and she broke off. Huh? What do you mean? Okay, well, why does fishing got to be so selfish? If you're out there fishing, you see someone says hi to you, say hello back. Good Lord. Okay, sorry. Tangents and rants tonight. Whew. Okay. Good 2 places to go to catch smallies. Okay, yep, 10 color. Yep. Pump back 2. Pump back. Pump back, pump back. Skychooks got them. For smallies. Yeah. Pump back, but pump back is, like I said, it's electric only. You cannot have an outboard motor on there. So white whale. Right? I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just like to have, like good conversations. Say, hey, good luck. We're out here doing the same thing. Hope you catch a monster. You hope I catch a monster. Appreciate it. If you don't, hope you have fun. Any good fishing spots in Oklahoma? Okay, bow fishing. Yep. Actually, dripping is really good. Drip has got a ton of gar. If you can go out to Drip and thin down the gar population, I would love that. I would love that 100%. I mean, you can spotlight them, and there are so freaking many. So many. Find me on Instagram, dude, and I will drop you a pin to where you can find a ton of gar at Dripping Springs. I will highlight the area on that lake. You just got to be careful going back there. So, FLM, fishing lives matter. Oh, man. Good, MCAP. You know what? I call it. John said the drip has broke me. The drip has broke me plenty of times too, dude. Dripping. I hadn't been back there in 2 months. I've steered clear of dripping. I just need to give it a break. I need to give my mental a break. I've been fishing off Mogi. I've been liking that. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Be kind to fellow fishermen. Good karma. I like to think that me catching that fish that day was good karma for me saying that to everybody and just being a decent human being. Or the fact that it was a very calculated / random cast. Very calculated and random cast on 17-pound fluoro. Keep that in mind, 17-pound fluoro. That will make sense when you watch the video, which that video probably won't be out for like 2 weeks. Who knows? Brandon, he said, I've had people ignore me and be kind of rude, and then I catch a decent fish on a bed, and they come and start fishing right next to me, ask me what I'm using. Now that, fishing right next to you. You know what we did Sunday, me and John, we were at Spavinal, and turns out there was a tournament going on there, and one of my buddies that I know that I've fished against, he's an absolute stick. I mean, the dude just flat out catches them, and he freaking wins jackpots left and right. He knows Spavinal like the back of his freaking hand. But we got out there, and there were boats out there super early. But I didn't see anything about a tournament going on. I expected it to be a tiny boat tournament, but no, it was all big boats. And this guy, he went out there and won it. But we went back to the east of that lake, back in the grass flat, just because I really like to, like I said, fish grass. And I saw some guys back there, and I was like, I wonder if that's them. And we started to kind of ease that way, and I was like, no, let's just go the other way. And I've got a point to this because I didn't want to cut them off. Then we fished down, went back around, made another pass, caught some more fish, broke the hex. Horrible time. Got over it really quick. What good is it going to do to get upset and get mad about breaking a freaking rod? It's not going to put it back together. So I got over it really quick. But we started going up to a point, and there were some guys that were fishing down the way, and they were just kind of slowly cruising up that way, very, very slowly. So we got up there, and I was keeping an eye on them because I was like, I mean, I know they're heading this way, and I don't really know this point at all. And they kind of started to speed up. So I cruised us out of there. Come to find out, it was my buddy. He told me that he was actually fishing that day, and that he's like, yeah, you guys kind of cut us off. And I was like, dude, I am so sorry. That's why we got out of there. He's like, no, I noticed that, and I appreciate that. Be decent when you're fishing around other people. Don't sit right on top of somebody. Don't cut somebody off. Karma's going to come back. You know, I 100% believe in that. So later, Will. Take care, dude. Fish in the Southeast. Apparently, he wants a shout out. So, Fish in the Southeast, here's your shout out, dude. Hog Jaws. Gunnerville has gotten pretty bad with unpleasant people. That sucks. What's up, Full Armor? That sucks, man. That's pretty tough about Gunnersville. I'd like to fish there someday. I'd like to fish there. But the best thing that you can do with that is just keep being a decent person. And you're welcome fishing in the Southeast. 100%. You're welcome. Keep being a decent person. Be a decent person, and it will come back. You know, the golden rule do to others is you would like to have others doing to you. That's the best thing that you can do. Now, we all have bad days, and nobody's perfect. And we're going to have days where we're grumpy and we don't want to say hi to somebody. We don't want to say anything back to somebody. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. What do you think about an extra heavy, big sexy for swim baits? I think it depends on the weight of the swim bait, dude. That's what I say. I've been throwing my A-rig on my big flippin' sexy. And my A-rig itself, I use 1/8 ounce at the very heaviest jig heads because I want to keep that weight down. And it's been fantastic. But, I mean, if you're talking like a 4-ounce swim bait, don't do it. Don't do it. Just get a dedicated swim bait rod. Get a dedicated swim bait rod, 100%. Dude, I work Friday nights, John. I wish I could, man. I work Friday nights. So, karma is real. Grizz, if I had it. Grizz Green. Yeah, but back to the big sexy. No. Get a dedicated swim bait rod. Don't risk breaking a tip by throwing too heavy of a swim bait. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it at all. I made it through almost the whole live stream without throwing one in. I'm pretty happy with myself. Dude, you know what, Michael, talking about swim bait rods, I think probably one of the best ones that I've got for the price is the iRod Genesis 2. I'm going to walk away from the camera again really quick. Just because I want to show it to you really quick. Because this is a great buy for a swim bait rod. And I know it's going to say it's a moderate action. This is the 7.9 large swim right here. The iRod Genesis 2 large swim 7.9 heavy. Rated 4 to 10 ounces. 4 to 10 ounces on this rod. And that's one that, I mean, you can throw a lot of your big swim baits on. And I want to say it's $150. It's $150. So you don't have to go all out. You don't need, you know, say like a destroyer or anything like that. That rod has done me extremely well with A-rigs. That's mainly what I've used that for. I haven't really dabbled too much in the big swims. So, see, with the broomsticks, though, you got to have some sensitivity to them. You got to have some sensitivity to them. And that rod has been, it's even, like I said, even though it's a moderate action, that's a moderate action for that kind of weight of a lure. So, full armor. Jesus said, the measure of you, the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. Thank you. Well said. What do you think about the Emperor rod? I love the Emperor rod. I've actually only got it in my spinning rod, and I love it. I think it's a great rod. That's one that, like the Big Sexy and the Emperor, those are ones that you can definitely throw some heavier baits on. But again, not like 4 ounces and up, not even 3 ounces and up. I'm even skeptical on throwing like 2 ounces on those. So I say that, but I did throw one of these Megabass Big M 4.0s. This is a 2 ounce bait right here. I threw that on the Big Sexy on the big flippin' heavy, or the big flippin' sexy. And there's that freaking fly. That rod handled it perfectly. So, but the Emperor, if you're talking about like 2 ounce, then yeah, 100%. Let's see here. What reel do you recommend with that? Because I'm looking to get a big swim bait set up. Do my favorite swim bait reel. 100% favorite swim bait reel. I've got the Lexa 300, and I like that reel a lot. But when you're talking about bombing a cast, the Komodo SS from Okuma, this is a sleeper reel. 100% a sleeper reel. You know, you can get a Tranks, you can go with those, but I have outcast Tranks with this reel. I've outcast my Lexa with this reel. The only thing is, if you backlash on this, it is a pain because the worm gear or the line guide spools out when you spool, or it rotates out, it spins out. What am I trying to say? So when you're letting line out, it does move with the spool. So you got to be careful on those casts, because a backlash on that is a pain, 100% a pain. But that reel is an absolute tank, and I love it. And if you want to know about line, I like the P-Line CXX. That stuff is whale rope. Whale rope. I pulled up an actual tree that I got hung up in. I hung up an A-rig in a tree last year, and I pulled it up out of the water on that. So, oh, man. Well, it has been an hour and 5 minutes. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. No, yes, I have thrown Huddlestons. I've got the Defiance right now. So, no. Answer's no, Southeast. Not right now, dude. I've got a plethora of lures. If anybody wants some wooden lures, Fishing the Southeast, he makes some, and he's selling them. So, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all hanging around so long. 25 of you in here, 19 thumbs up. Thank you, every single one of you. The Buzz Jet, that'll be the next video to put out. Trash or Pass, Buzz Jet is coming out. So, good night, everybody. Have a good one. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see you next time on the water. You know how it is.